I think there was probably two big stages or changes. One is where I started doing a lot of group work versus all one-on-one. One-on-one was killing me, burning me out, exhausting me, and I didn't love it. I loved teaching groups. I do weave one-on-one into what I do with myself and my other coaches that I have coaching our people, our amazing clients. But just one-on-one coaching all day long, it tends to drains me. I love being in front of people, so starting group stuff, group coaching, masterminds, doing stuff like this lights me up as well. So that was one big shift, realizing that I didn't have to do it all one-on-one. I didn't want to do it all one-on-one. And that often people get better results by having a duality system. Yes, let's do some one-on-one stuff, laser coaching, tight, short, sweet, give you what you need, but also having a kick-ass group environment to learn different tools, principles, ideology, and to learn from each other, learn from each other's questions, hardships, mistakes, learnings. That was one big shift.
Welcome to Career Coaching Secrets, the podcast where we talk with successful career coaches on how they built their success and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is Davis Nguyen, and I'm the founder of Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, and even $100,000 weeks. Before Purple Circle, I've grown several 7- and 8-figure career coaching businesses myself, and have been a consultant at 2 career coaching businesses that are doing over $100 million each. Whether you're an established coach or building your practice for the first time, you'll discover the secrets to elevating your coaching business.
Welcome to Career Coaching Secrets Podcast. I'm Pedro, and today's guest is James Elliot, founder of The Limitless Entrepreneur and a sought-after trainer, speaker, mentor, and author who helps leaders and teams dramatically increase influence, income, and impact. His work focuses on helping professionals speak up with confidence, earn respect, eliminate self-sabotage, and lead with presence and credibility. Through high-energy keynotes and practical training programs, he equips organizations to improve sales, sharpen focus, reduce resistance, and connect passion with performance. His approach is designed to create immediate shifts in mindset, behavior, and measurable results. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you having me here. We have some fun.
Yeah, we will. And it's great to have you, man. I like to backtrack a little. I'm a comic nerd, so I like the origin story. You could have been a ninja, you could have been a plumber, but actually you're a coach. And every coach has the moment where they look at their life and say, yeah,
it's true.
I guess this is what I'm doing now. So when was that for you, James?
I think it was shortly before I left the corporate world. I made my first million. Sure, it was an ego thing. I thought I'd be like super excited, and sure, it was. I think cool, great. I've made $1 million, but then it quickly faded because I was no longer fulfilled. No longer what I was doing, no longer fulfilled me. Who I was doing it for, who I was doing it with, no longer fulfilled me. And I've always been someone who's been a teacher, who's wanted to make a difference. I've always been a serial entrepreneur as well. So after 14 years in the corporate world, ups and downs and all arounds, winning awards club, winning employee of the year, not at the bottom. I did very, very well and succeeded, I guess, on paper or per what people think. President's Club's couple, several years and this award and that award and recognition. It was great, but it stopped being fulfilling. And I became really anxious because, again, I want to help people. I want to help the world, want people to do better, the environment, and I want to make a difference. So there was a moment towards the end of my career, my corporate career, where I was anxious. I was depressed. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I need to do something meaningful, feeling fun. And for people, for teams, for companies that I care about, for organizations that I really care about. And I suppose the universe spoke to me, whatever or whoever. I got laid off in the height of my career on the same phone call. It's like, hey, congratulations. You won awards club again. Awesome job. We're going to give you money instead of sending you to the awards club. And I said, well, why? Why? I don't understand. And he's like, well, because today's your last day here. I was like, what? I just blew away my numbers. I just shattered the records and stuff. And it's my last. And I just looked, I'm like, thank you. Whoever, whatever. I'm like, thank you. Because it's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I needed. Now, and I got a good payout, a good settlement. I got the awards club bonus. So it's like perfect. I have some money and it wasn't a huge amount, but it's starting. And I took that and started my business. Took the summer of James, and then September started my business. And I think the excitement overshadowed the fear, because for a moment you get laid off, you're like, oh my God, what do I do, and what's going to happen? And then people's minds spiral, and it's usually the best thing that's ever happened to them. It happened to me twice, the height of my career twice. Again, twice best thing that ever happened. So if you have a layoff or something, probably the best thing that's ever happened to you. You want to make more money, go find a different company to work with, because rarely you get these little piddly little increases within organizations. Anyway, enough said. So we're here about 13 and a half years later in my own businesses, being a coach, being a trainer, certified internationally as a trainer for influence, persuasion, NLP, different tools as well, which have changed my life too. And so, I founded my second business, The Limitless Entrepreneur, and that exists to help businesses, especially small businesses, grow and really scale their business big, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K months, by taking back the time. People say, what do you mean by? You mean I also taking back I said, no, by taking back your time. We help you take back your time and freedom, and your business is going to scale and grow. So that's my little intro usually to things. It gets people thinking, well, that sounds really interesting. I mean, for people that just want to grind in the basement and grind the machine and make more money than God, I'm probably not a fit, because that's not me. I love working all over the world, working while traveling, working while vacationing, working while living in cool places, working at the cottage in the summer, and just living an amazing life, having a lot of fun, helping people, exploring, learning, growing by traveling. And so that's, if people want, to scale their business, but also have more fun and freedom in their life, that's who lights me up. And especially when they want to make a difference in the world as well, especially when they want to also have an impact, because I do. And that's realizing that was critically important to me after being in the corporate world, where I didn't feel I was making a big difference that way. Now it's a lot of fun, and it's very, very deeply fulfilling too. Not that there's not ups and downs still, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of growth, and a lot of fun.
It sounds like fun, and yeah, I love the way you turn the hardship into an opportunity. I can only imagine the mixed feelings on that call, right? It's wild. Oh my gosh, it's a wild call,
what? But then it was like, oh, it hit me first. I'm like, oh my God. Sorry, go ahead. It hit me first, and then it was like, hallelujah, because I know it's what I wanted. Go ahead.
Absolutely. But I love that. And, when did it shift from I'm helping people, because you started coaching business after, right? So I'm building a real business around this, because I can understand, but at the start, especially, there's a lot of testing waters, right? You're like, oh, I'm trying to help this guy, I'm going to try to help this one. But when did you felt that feeling like this is really a business? I'm not sure if that was from the get-go or more down the line.
Great question. I think there was probably two big stages or changes. One is where I started doing a lot of group work versus all one-on-one. One-on-one was killing me, burning me out, exhausting me, and I didn't love it. I loved teaching groups. I do weave one-on-one into what I do with myself and my other coaches that I have coaching our people, our amazing clients. But just one-on-one coaching all day long, it tends to drains me. I love being in front of people. So starting group stuff, group coaching, masterminds, doing stuff like this lights me up as well. So that was one big shift, realizing that I didn't have to do it all one-on-one. I didn't want to do it all one-on-one. And that often people get better results by having a duality system. Yes, let's do some one-on-one stuff, laser coaching, tight, short, sweet, give you what you need, but also having a kick-ass group environment to learn different tools, principles, ideology, and to learn from each other, learn from each other's questions, hardships, mistakes, learnings. That was one big shift, that I didn't have to do everything one by one, didn't have to deliver it, one by one, hour by hour. That was a big shift. The second big shift was realizing, and this is what I teach people now, hence the freedom thing, is that I didn't have to do everything myself. And that was wow. The ego was strong in this one. That was a hard one to get past, to let things go and not buy my own BS about, oh, if I hire people, they'll just screw it up. Or if I hire people, they'll do it wrong, or they won't do it as good as me, or this or that, or blah, blah, blah. Or I can't afford to X, Y, Z. And not realizing that I couldn't afford not to outsource and not to get people who did certain things better than I did. And they loved doing that. I could no longer afford not to have that, not to outsource whatever, business cards or flyers or I don't know, ads. I've spent, oh my God, I could take you and your family on a trip around the world for the amount of money wasted on ads, trying to do it all myself. Now, yes, I can do a lot of it now because I've learned since, but just at first, hire great people, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune. And that's one of the things I teach people. You can hire great people who are great at it, who love doing it, her full of energy and jazz about whatever, bookkeeping or accounting, which bores me to death. I would literally die if I was accountant. But that was the big shift too, is systematizing, outsourcing, automating, delegating. And then the big one, which I love helping people too, is eliminating something. Why are you doing this? You're on the treadmill, and until we get off of that or have someone else look at what we're doing, we're on this treadmill day after day after day. We're too busy to grow. We're too busy to realize we're too busy and to stop things that we shouldn't be doing anymore. So that was a big thing as well, is just stopping all the chaos, craziness, the chaos coming down from that getting out of the crazy tree. That was a big shift too, and having more and more fun. The more I delegated, the more I systematized or automated, whether it was systems or AI or people. And sometimes at $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10 an hour, buying back my time, not thinking, oh my God, it's going to cost me a fortune or I can't afford it. This is a good one. I don't have enough for an assistant to do. I don't have enough work trust me, I will bet my reputation I could find enough work for someone to do. And that way you could do other things that are more important, like this: content, promoting, networking, delivering, creating new programs. Trust me, that I could find at least part-time work for an assistant or a specialist or a vendor that can do things. Trust me. So that was the big shift as well. Big shift number 2. It's I don't have to do all myself. And now if I'm tired or sick or something, I can literally work from bed and talk to my team from my bed. And I love doing that because sometimes I have chronic fatigue syndrome. So sometimes, and I don't want to go off too much on a tangent, but talk about blessings in disguise. The chronic fatigue syndrome, sometimes not being able to get out of bed, or sometimes depression years ago, it was like a silver lining. It's like, I need people to be on when I'm off or when I'm exhausted or traveling or whatever, because I didn't want to be on this thing all the time when I'm traveling with friends or family. If I'm working, I'm working. But also when I'm hiking a volcano in Nicaragua with a buddy, I'm not on this other than pictures. Like this, I don't want to be anxiously on that. So just another little aside. But those are the two big ones, and it's changed my life, and it's tons of fun because I can be anywhere, in bed or volcanoes, and be like, hey guys, can you do this? Can you take care of this? And delegating. And it's actually a lot of fun because to your point, I'm a business owner. I'm a business leader. I'm a CEO now, not a doer, not just the doer. And I haven't just left a plumbing company and start my own plumbing business. I'm literally the business owner. I have a business versus a job I've gave myself that I work a million hours for.
The irony, right? Like you're like, I'm also a coach. So we're selling like personal development. We're selling ways to do things faster, but at the same time, we're like, nah, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to find a way to do the ads just by myself. So I can keep my scarcity mindset of a fear of spending X, Y, and Z to actually hire someone. I mean, the irony, it's like, oh, the writing on the wall.
Oh my God.
I found that so funny.
And if the symptom of that usually is overwhelm, anxiety, burnout, depression, or maybe not even being aligned with your business, not loving your business anymore, because and yes, your vision may have changed. We'll talk about that too. But often what it is you're doing 80, even 60% or 50%, 60%, 80% of your day, you're doing what you don't love, what you're not meant to do, what you're not even good at. Stop it. Trust me, stop it. And yes, the fear, the ego, the mindset needs to shift too, because it is a shift, and it's a beautiful shift. And it allows me to fly, and I'm on a flight to whatever, Nicaragua or Honduras, Colombia, Thailand, and my team is available, helping people, calling people, responding to people, doing the work.
Okay. James, and after you got rolling, right, the one-on-ones, the group coach and all that, who are the people that kept showing up? The ones you realize, okay, this is my tribe.
They were people that tended to be impact-driven entrepreneurs. And what I mean by that is entrepreneurs that did want to make a difference. And it was great because I realized I love working with people who want to make a difference somehow, who want to make an impact somehow. To me, it doesn't matter if you're a coach or a nutritionist, or if you have a solar company or a wind installation or whatever, or even if you just have a business that, I don't know, drills holes in the ground, and you like to volunteer or travel and give back to the world, or donate and volunteer in Africa or Asia or whatever. It doesn't really matter, air quotes, to what or how you do it, as long as you want to make a positive impact in the world somehow. That's me. That's me. I mean, I did some coaching with the guy that invented the little arm that goes out on the school bus to prevent kids from walking up too close. And I've met some amazing, really cool people.
Wow.
And it's been a lot of fun. But that's who kept showing up. And I guess because that's who I wanted, that's who I was attracting. And when I got out of my own way, that's who kept showing up.
Interesting, because that's something that is very aligned with you, right? And it's not just that they were, to an extent, it sounds like they were also attracted to you. You know, they were like, you had this energy towards solving X, Y, and Z to cause more impact. So it's only natural that you guys eventually meet, and the universe makes a little bit of a changes here. So, okay,
that's right.
Yeah. Now that's the coaching side. Now let's talk about the part nobody escapes, James. Marketing, right? So how do people usually find you?
Great question. So marketing has been a great evolution because, as you know, some things will start to work, or some things the latest fad, or it's hot, and then it's not. So SEO, search engine optimization, was a big one. Now it's much harder, and it has to be done a different way to be effective now. It's changed. That was a big thing. And it's just like life. The only change is constant, right? So that changed to Google Ads. That changed to, I find they weren't working as well anymore for me. So I shifted to that. Now more because I have more fun with this anyways. More podcasting as well. It's probably a better bang for my buck anyways. You know, podcasting, interviews, different summits. A lot of people are afraid or don't want to because they're afraid and they're fearful of doing stuff like this. You know, video content, all this stuff. Not everyone, but a lot of people don't want to put it out there. And why would people buy from you if they don't see some authentic version of you? If it's all like an image ad, or a carousel ad, or carousel reel, or all your stuff is like carousels or images or videos of something else or someone else, or sure, maybe it's B-roll of you traveling, but it's like this kind of B-roll, you know, of the scene, not of you, kind of thing. So that's one big thing, is putting myself out there, being willing to fail, willing to look stupid. I guess is the biggest thing, and the way I do that is I have my excitement to squash my fear. Not that I sometimes don't procrastinate or hesitate, or my fear sometimes gets in the way. But I think, what is the difference I want to make? What am I so excited about? Why do I want to do this? Why am I doing this? And what is the loss to me and to people, planet, I could impact if I don't do this? So I get super excited, and that helps squash the fear. Word of mouth as well. I mean, the more you do this, and when you do a great job, word of mouth, referrals as well, and learning to ask for referrals, learning to ask clients, not just once, ever, learning to ask referral partners, not just once, ever, over and over and over for referrals, and not being like a drain or like a parasite, but hey, Pedro, you know, hey, how's the week going? Who can I send you this week? Who would you like this week? Who should I watch out for you this week or this month? You know, whatever you contact people weekly, monthly, and would you mind watching out for this type of person or that type of person? The more specific it is, the more you think, oh my God, I know a lawyer who wears their pants backwards and who needs to whatever. Oh my God, Pedro, absolutely. Right. So, or I know a single mom or a dad that just got divorced and he's having trouble with this and that. Oh my God, you're absolutely right. So specific, because if you do it each week or each month, you can change it up versus, hey, you know anyone who, you know, needs to make more money in the business. You know, maybe, hey, do you know a nutritionist this month who is working too hard, burnout, wants to make more money, but also take back their time in their business? I mean, that's fairly specific. You can do even better than that. But again, asking for referrals and keeping asking with it as an exchange, not just, you know, suck. Hey, Pedro, you got any referrals? Got any referrals? Make sure it's an exchange and that they see themselves as a partner. Again, putting yourself out and giving value in groups. Find a LinkedIn group, Facebook group, school group, or even Reddit thread. I guess not group, but if there, I don't know if there's groups on Reddit or just threads. But find some threads. Maybe there's groups, and offer value, contribute value to these people out there in the world, to these groups. And trust me, you'll be seen as an advisor. Not that you're on there trying to sell them or close them, or, you know, first, you know, exchange or two in the DMs and you're on them. Hey, want to jump on a call? No, that doesn't work. Build trust, support, serve, and when they find out what you do, or they may ask you, hey, can we jump on a call? Can you help? Or you can offer after a little while, hey, do you want to get on a call and talk with us? And help them absolutely, instead of just get on the call and close them. Help them. Hey, Pedro, so this and this and that and that. Cool. Would this be helpful if we did this more often in the long term? Because this is literally what I do with my business. This is how I help people. Would this be helpful for you? Did you get on a call with me weekly or monthly to blah, blah, blah? Or would this be helpful? I have a course that'll help you X, Y, Z. Would this be helpful? So again, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, school communities, groups, and like I said, Reddit, things like that, and any forum. Any forums you can see are great to contribute. Do like a half an hour work a day, 20 minutes if you want. It doesn't have to take a lot. Contribute to groups. I find that works better than contributing, and you can, to comments on LinkedIn or Facebook publicly, like Pedro's feed, and I will, but someone asks a question or I comment on Pedro's stuff. Pedro comments on my stuff. That works well. In groups, it's better though, because everyone will see your contributions. Not everyone, for example, and Pedro's following is going to see me comment on a post or add some feedback to a post, for example, which is also great to do. Yes. So those are some things I do. Again, and referrals as well. Virtually network in person if you want. Get out there in the world. I met someone traveling, an amazing person traveling when I went for a scuba diving training in Honduras. Met someone amazing. She came to my course. Who'd have known? Completely paid for the trip and the scuba diving and everything, and lit me up because she was an amazing person, and I was super excited I got to work with her. So a long-winded answer, hopefully helpful for you and your guests, Pedro.
Yeah, of course. Again, the irony, right? You mentioned marketing, afraid of doing it, afraid of looking stupid on a camera and all of that. So, but at the same time, the irony, why? Because when you're coaching someone, you're asking sometimes to have difficult conversations with their teams, and they know they have to do it. They're just avoiding it, right? It's not like they're comfortable doing it. And it's only fair, man, that you do the same. I mean, that is so clear, at least to me, that people should be, when they are coaching, to be more vulnerable and not just ask from the coachees to be so. So I think you nailed it. And okay, I want to talk business for a second.
Sounds good.
Because
Let's do it.
People find you right through the several communities you talk, school, Facebook, marketing efforts overall, or even the referrals you mentioned. Okay. And they were on a trip to Nicaragua. You never know. Right. So they resonate with your work, James. And eventually they want to know what working with you actually looks like. You serve them on that first talk. And that makes perfect sense, because even so, people forget that sales is serving. So first it's serving people. And let's say everyone builds their coaching business a bit differently. So when someone actually becomes a client, James, what does that experience look like right now from their perspective?
Great question. And to your point, so many people, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to do sales. I don't want to sell it. Then A, you're going to be broke. And B, you're not going to be serving people. You're right. The old, always be ABC, always be closing. That crap makes people run. Makes them run. Exactly.
I hate it.
Exactly. Oh, that's garbage. And that's not the way to enroll people. You serve them and within boundaries, of course, but serve them, find ways that serve them, especially if they're not a client yet or paid client, in ways that don't cost you a ton of time. Nurture them. Like have your own community if you want, and nurture a group that way. But nurture them, and that is how you enroll or sign people. I don't sell anyone. I'm not here to sell you. Here's what we can do. Would you like this? And I'll tell you about 5 seconds from now. This is what I do. This is how I do it. These are the results. I have a lot of fun doing it. If you don't want to have fun, then I'm probably not the coach for you. But if you want to have a lot of fun and creating a lot of freedom in your life and meeting some amazing other people in a group setting, and yes, having some one-on-one time with me, then we're gonna have a lot of fun. So what it looks like to work with me. We have an online, virtual online Zoom mastermind. Twice a week we get together, and there's curriculum I teach. There's also an online recordings you can access as well for curriculum, learning, teaching. And there is a soon to be a school group that I'm launching myself, actually. But for now, we meet twice a week as a group. Then we have one-on-one coaching time as well. Depends what people need. So we have one-on-one coaching time with me as well. There's support, there's feedback. And, I think it's a hybrid of personal development coaching and business coaching. And I have tools for both, I have skills for both, because as you know, fears, past failures, past traumas, past experiences, what someone said to you, what the teachers said to you, public fear of failure, or maybe you did fail at something in your business and you're traumatized. You're like, I don't want to do that again. So again, a blend of the personal and professional development. Let's talk as much about you and performance psychology, getting past fear, overwhelm, self-doubt, these inner thoughts that paralyze you or spiral. Let's talk about that as much as we're going to talk about delegating and automating your stuff, eliminating things shouldn't even be done. If it's not doing anything, not helping you grow, let's eliminate it. It's when you're on the treadmill every day or spinning in wheels every day, caught in the minutiae of everything, or overwhelmed, you can't see what should stop, what should be done, how to buy back your time very inexpensively, how to have more fun at what you're doing, heaven forbid, and do what you love all day long. And let's take all the other stuff that you don't love, and again, let's systematize, let's automate it, let's outsource it, let's get up systems, especially with CRM instead of you using spreadsheets or paper. Let's have things automatically happen with people you follow up with. They're nurtured automatically, and because it saves so much time, and listen, saves so many deals, saves so many I'll use the word sale. It saves so many sales. Have them automated. You can have a newsletter. No, I hate that word. Excuse me. Take the back. You can have an email tip of the week, or hey, James's thing of the week. You can have, of course, a nurture sequence. It creates nurturing them with value, not bugging them to buy all the time. But here's some other value. Here's another tip. Did you know this? Hey, by the way, my 5 shifts. Here's shift number 1. And then here's shift number 2 and how that applies to you. Here's shift number 3 and how that applies and how it help you and how you can implement it every day. Keep giving them value. And if they unsubscribe, great. They're probably not a fit for you anyways.
Right.
Nurturing with value, I guess, is one of the biggest things. And so that's something I do too, is we nurture, but also there's that accountability and the tough love. I think any coach that doesn't give tough love, there's caring and then there's nice. Avoid being nice, air quotes. Be caring with people. And, I'm seeing this, or I wanted to call this out, or I noticed that you wanted this, but you're doing that, or whatever. So that's another thing too. Accountability, because we all need it. Tough love, sometimes we all need it. And I'm not being a jerk. I'm not tough, but it's like, hey, I see this, but you say you want that. Or you said you wanted this in this time, and now you're like, oh well, nah, I'll do it later. I'm putting it off. What's coming up for you that's putting it off? Because it was, and I'll tell you if it's a bad idea. Again, tough love. If it's a great idea and you're going to put it off, it's like, well, what's coming up for you? What is that deeper feeling or fear that's coming up for you? So again, things like that. They get a great group environment, great one-on-one stuff, some tough love, some accountability, and it's my insights from being a business owner since when I was about 9 years old. I had a snowblowing and lawn care company. I was pushing snowblower, the bars in the snowblower. I was like this little kid pushing these big snowblowers. But again, just my experience. So I guess that I would say that is that. And eventually I love traveling. So eventually I love meeting my clients too. It's like, hey, are you going to be here? Are you going to be there? You love traveling too? Hey, if we cross paths somewhere, let's make sure to, or if we're, only an hour or two away from each other, let's make sure to meet sometime. So I find that a lot of fun, meeting people too.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, your work seems pretty hands-on, despite the fact that you do have a team, and I completely understand the delegation part. Yeah. We're talking about, to a certain level, you kind of protect the lifestyle, right? You mentioned trips, you mentioned hiking on a volcano. Okay. And so my question is, how do you think about capacity, since you're so intentional, so you don't stretch yourself too thin?
How do I think about what? I'm sorry. How do I think about
capacity? To manage your own time. We're talking about buying back time from your clients. How do you think about yours?
Fair. So there's 2 ways. I ask myself 2 questions. Am I enjoying doing this? If no, then I find someone very, very quickly. And there's many ways to do that. And they can be vetted. Like you can use Fiverr, Upwork, and they can be vetted. You can interview them too. Not everyone's a perfect hire. Not everyone's a great hire. Not everyone's a good hire. However, just like people, just like friends, just like coworkers, just like whatever, apples, not everyone 100% of the time is a great fit. And that's okay. It can be a bit of trial and error. And you also learn very quickly who will likely be a good fit and who will likely not be a good fit. But my question I ask myself is am I enjoying this? Do I like doing this? If not, that's got to go. Because if that consumes my time, I'm not at my best for my clients, for my friends, for my family. I'm not at my best if I'm doing stuff I loathe all day long or that doesn't light me up. It sucks my energy. If my energy is sucked all day long and drained, guess how I'm going to be at the end of the workday or the end of the week? Guess how I'm going to be? versus if I'm lit up all day doing exciting, awesome things with awesome people, guess how I'm going to be different to my friends, family, clients, right? And then the other thing too, I listen to my body. If my body's saying, rest, or you're riding the line of burnout, or we're getting close to burnout, if I'm exhausted, and if I'm working more than I want to, it's like, okay, where are we not systematizing? Where are we not delegating? Where are we not automating? Or where could I be more efficient? And that's where I also work with my coaches too, because sometimes you can't see inside the cup or the bottle or whatever from the outside or from vice versa. You can't see outside from inside. Yeah, you're stuck in the cup or whatever metaphor you want to use. You need someone outside to see the actual cup and how it looks, and that it's even blue. So again, working with mentors as well, I think is a great thing. And I'm no hypocrite. I have coaches too, because I'm always growing and learning and shifting. And I want that for my people too. So those are the two things. Am I enjoying this? And do I want more free time or freedom? I love what I do. I don't want to do nothing in my business because I love it. I don't want to abdicate. I love what I do and helping people. But I'm like, do I want to work less or more? And if the answer is less, then cool. We hire someone. I outsource more to my people. Hey, can you do this? Can you take this on? Or I hire someone if need be. You have flexibility to take this on, take that on. And especially if I'm not enjoying it. There's very, very little in my day anymore that I do that I don't enjoy, because it drains you. It kills you. It kills your spirit. That's for sure.
Yeah, I love the fact that it has to be aligned. I think that's because whenever you say yes to something, what are you saying no to, right?
Correct.
So, and if you ask yourself that question, that will bring you back to your root cause.
Yeah.
And that root cause needs to be tied with alignment, which is, okay, what am I trying to achieve here? And by asking yourself that will give you an easy answer. Like, no, this is not serving me. Yes, this is serving me well.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like that. Now,
is this taking me directly to my goals, or is this a
Yeah.
very, very indirect way? Or is this like the minutia, or is this like, talking with you, podcasting, talking to clients, doing content, contributing in groups? Like, is this directly taking me and linked to my big goals, or is doing accounting, like how far removed is that from my goal of serving someone, helping someone grow their business while taking back their time? So to your point, it's a very good question.
And also not always on a transactional or ROI level.
Fair, yeah.
It's like, is this fun?
Am I having fun? Exactly. Thank you.
Am I having fun? Because sometimes people think, oh, my big goal, okay, revenue 3 million or revenue 2.5 million. Oh, no, this is not. No, sometimes it's like, man, at the end of the day, we're like just people. And is this fun or not? And this needs to be on, on the scoreboard, I think, at least on my end, in my book.
Absolutely.
It needs to bring joy.
So it should be fun. It should be fun.
Yeah. Now, James, I'm curious about where you're taking all this, right? Looking ahead, where do you see the business going? Are you thinking about scaling, hiring, or is there a next step you're excited about?
Yeah. So I'm launching a community, and anyone interested that wants some support, you're welcome to join the school community. Get in touch with you. Get in touch with me. I'm excited because it's another way I can nurture people, help people, support people, serve people. And it's going to be a free community. I might have a paid one later, but if they either can't afford me yet, don't trust me enough yet, don't like me enough yet, not sure if they want to work with me, if I'm the right fit, or if they just want to learn a bit more, it's a great way to nurture people. It's a great way for me to serve people as well. I get lit up. I have fun by what I'm going to deliver in the community, trainings and webinars and live stuff, recorded stuff, mastermind stuff. So that's the next step for me that I'm excited about. And I'm going to push meta ads to the group as well, and say, hey, if you're an XYZ and you want ABCD, then join my community where you'll get DEFG, or not. If you don't want that, then that's okay. Go on with the rest of your day. So excited about that, as well as more growth, hiring more teams. I just hired some really awesome appointment setters as well, people to do the follow-up, because that's not my passion. That's a lot of time and energy, and it's not my passion. There's other people that love doing that. And I don't want to rob them the opportunity to do that. So again, delegate, outsource as well. Have them do that. They love that. They're great at that. So that's super exciting too. And that's going to help the business scale and grow, help me have more fun, because I get to do more stuff like this with you, or whatever, more networking I could do, more content, and of course, more delivery, create a new course, create a new service level for people that are maybe making a bit more, and it's more, different groups for them, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's just really, really having a $1 million a year business. I've made millions in business. It's time to break that line, if you will, that level, and having $1 million a year or more business. That's not the be all end all, as your point earlier. It's a great goal, and it's a goal reflecting the amount of service you've given versus I want $1 million business, I want $1 million business, I want $1 million business. Let that be a reflection of the service and the cool stuff you've been able to do and the fun you're having in your business. And if you're not having fun, I will guarantee you won't crack $1 million. You'll give up, you'll burn out, you'll be overwhelmed. Your brain will limit you, the universe will limit you. You'll be self-limited if you're not doing something you love and almost all day long. I love coaching, but if I did marketing or automations or tech stuff or bookkeeping 80% of my day, I would not love what I do. So make sure to, and I can help you if you wish, find out what that is that you're not good at, you don't want to do anymore. Others are better at that than you, faster than that, and even less expensive, because yes, you're paying them $4, $5, $6, $7, $10 an hour, hypothetically, to outsource. But what is the cost hourly for you? How much could you make? Could you make $150, $500 an hour? Coaching people, serving people, supporting people, plumbing, whatever, lawyering, plumbing, whatever, instead of doing it yourself, which is a $10 an hour job. So that's a big thing I think I get people to think about too. I could do this $10 an hour task and save $10, but I'm losing $100, $200, $400, $500 an hour because not doing something that I love. I could do something I love and make big bucks an hour. So it's something to be very, very careful about, especially when you're first starting or there's fear. There's a desire to scale, or you're starting to scale and there's fear and, I can't afford it yet, or I won't do it yet. I'll do it later. I don't need it yet. It's a very, very, very tricky belief and limitation.
Yeah. Then again, right? What are we saying no to when we say yes to something? I'm taking a task that is not a high value task. And we're so good at procrastinating, right? We're so good at looking busy. But at the end of the day, hey, take a look. Is this real necessary? Should you be doing this? Or you could close a deal in an hour and get 5K, 4K, you never know.
Exactly. Talk to some people. Exactly. Get thousands of dollars versus saving $10 or even $5 for someone to do a task. And my people are very, very good at what they do. To your point, why would I? Or I would, like tonight, instead of working late, I'm going to go watch my buddy's son's hockey game. We're going to have dinner, and then my buddy and I are going to go skating for a bit of cardio. And I'm like, yes, I need to pay, $4 an hour, $5, $6 an hour for a few people to do some work, so I don't have to. I would much rather. There's a cost to everything in life. My cost is like $15, $20 to be able to have an amazing night with friends. And maybe meet someone who wants to do business with me too. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, James. And of course, whenever we're aiming towards the next chapter, there's always something we're refining, right? In the present. So what are you currently trying to improve or tighten up in your business right now?
It would definitely be even better time management. Again, even more outsourcing. It would be greater boundaries, because sometimes I give too much. I love giving, and sometimes we give too much or without boundaries, for example. So again, a lot of more stuff in groups, creating a lot more groups. It's like, hey, instead of a one-on-one for an hour, we'll hop on, for a short call and see how I can help you, see if we're fit. And by the way, I can help you with a lot of this for a lot longer in the group. So join my group type thing. So refining ads, meta ads have been so at best, and people that have done ads, there's all levels of spectrum. Some people do really well, make millions with ads. Some people, they spent thousands and thousands, they gave up. I believe in never giving up. That's a big thing I've learned in my business too. Just right before I've been like throwing the towel a few times, it's been like there's been a big thing happen, or something amazing happen, or serendipities, or I'm meeting amazing people. Whatever it is, there's been some really cool things happen. So never ever give up to get your goal. Yes, pivot. Stop banging your head against the wall, the same way. And yes, pivot, but never, ever give up. Pivot, ask questions, get different mentorship, different support, get support. Ask people, ask your clients what they want, ask prospects, what do you want? What do you not want? Talk to people instead of making a complicated whatever thing, and then no one wants to buy it. It's not what someone wants. People are not willing to pay that. Talk to people. Just talk. Avoid being afraid. Don't avoid trying to sell them or close them or whatever. Just talk to. What would you want? You're a health coach, or you're a dietitian. What are your struggles in your business? Where do you want to go? What do you love about your business? What do you not love? What type of people do you work with? And would this be interesting for you? No, okay. Well, what about this kind of program or platform? Or if I made this easier or better or different? Oh yeah, that's real. I would pay for that. Cool. Well, now we're on to something. And then when you talk to more people, the more and more people, they may eventually say, hey, when you get that thing live, call me because I'd like to do that with you. They may know someone to refer to you as well. So interviewing, and not a bait and switch interview, please avoid that, but genuinely interviewing people, getting marketing feedback, I still do it. It's like, hey, what do you want? What do you not want? Would you pay for this? Would you like this? Would you not like that? I love talking to people. And again, eventually some of them will say, by the way, when you get that thing live, call me. I'd like to work with you, or call me, or hey, I have a friend that I think would actually, after talking to you, would be interested. So again, another way to get some clients for you, to tag on what we were talking about earlier.
I love that, man. And if someone listening wants to connect with you or follow your work, James, where can people find you and connect with you?
Great question. So on YouTube, I am James R for Robert Elliot, 1T, ELLIOT 99. On YouTube, I am James _R _Elliot on TikTok and Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, James R Elliot. And you can also go to limitless-entrepreneur.com. In fact, if you want, there's a cool little video freedom framework I've created for entrepreneurs to take back their time while growing and scaling their business and while having more fun. It's the 5 shifts freedom framework, and that's at limitless-entrepreneur.com/growth. Really cool video. It's a short video, but it introduces you to an amazing framework, and maybe has you look at some reasons why you're stuck or stagnant, either in revenue and clients, or you're just overwhelmed and burnt out and doing too much, even if you're making good money. So that's a gift for you. Check it out. I put a lot of work and energy and heart into that. It's not a long video, but it's a really good one. And that's about
Appreciate that. You know, there were a few things you shared today that really stay with me, James. I would say, first of all, that roller coaster of a call, right? When you're getting a pat on the back and at the same time you're getting fired. So that's a wild call, and how you turn that into an opportunity and how you were relieved the fact that call just happened. So that's interesting. I would say also, to your point, is like the ego was strong. You mentioned that quote because you had to let things go. And I see a lot of coaches that they struggle with it. It's like,
True.
if there's not my signature, if there's not my high touch right there, it's not going to be good enough. This may potentially tarnish my brand. But at the same time, that's a scarcity mindset. It's like everything's going to go wrong. Nothing's going to work out. And things just happen, like you said. I would point out, too, the fact that you mentioned about the ask for referrals, right? I'm reading this book called The Super Connector, right? From Scott Gerber and Ryan. I forgot his name. Not sure if you ever read it. But it's basically how the guy met billionaires just by asking for referrals, and it sometimes he eventually talks to people. And also, to highlight the hybrid, the fact that your business is kind of hybrid. You mentioned personal coaching and business coaching. I like to think, it's all connected. And I like to think in a way, it's like the soft sell is like, we're going to improve your bottom line in your business. But in reality, you're going to stop sleeping in the couch, it will affect the entire human being, and the tough love, that tough love, like people need some tough love eventually. This reminds me of a talk I had with a coach a while ago, and he was talking with his coach, and she was like, oh, what are your priorities? And he said 3, right? In order for him, he mentions family, religion, and work. And then she asks, somewhat to an extent of a tough love, is like, okay, but why do you spend 80% of your time in work? Right?
Exactly. And you're right. It's a great questions. And it's like just Simon Sinek says, start with your why. What is your why? What is your vision? Why do you do this? And what in your life, like what's really important to your point? And I find often people hide from the difficult feelings, the difficult things in life by working, right? And sometimes people that work all the time, and people argue, oh, I love my business. And yes, I get it. I do too. And if you're always working and not doing anything else, unless you really don't care about people, family, friends, giving back, having fun, and all you want to do is grind in your business and make more money than God, sure, maybe. But it can be another addiction, like exercise, like sports, like drugs or vaping, food. Working can be an addiction, and it helps you avoid the uncomfortable stuff in the personal life. So to your point, what is really truly important to you? And why? And being very, very careful with that scarcity mindset. Oh, I can't invest in blank until I make more money. Oh, I can't invest in marketing or a coach or mentorship or ads or whatever till I make more money. No, I'm sorry. You can't exactly tell the universe, this is the way it's going to go for me. This is what's going to happen. It doesn't work that way. Often you need to invest more and more and then more and more and more and more. And then boom, it explodes in. But yeah, just to say, oh, I'm not going to invest in blank because I haven't made blank yet. I've taken a lot out of savings, put a lot of my line of credit, and I've always been able to pay it off, because when I got out of the scarcity mindset and dropped the ego, like you said, it's very important. Life just happens. Life happens for you. Stop overworking, you stop burning out, you have more fun, more freedom, better clients come, and you enjoy everything more. When you drop the ego, and it's like, okay, this is what's required of me. I need to do ads, or I need to do whatever, networking, or I need to do whatever. I need to invest in a mentor. And not, oh, when I'm making money, no, because you're putting the cart before the horse. You need to invest time, money, energy, blood, sweat, tears now, and then the good stuff comes. Not, well, when the stuff comes, then I'll invest. And it's a trap. And I hear it from so many people, so I thought I'd call it out, because it's a huge trap. When I, then I. And it happens with money, and when my kids retire, then I can start my business. Why? When kids retire? When my kids grow up, go to college, well, why can't you start your business now? Or when I'm retired, well, why can't you start your business now? Start a side hustle and write off a lot of your taxes as well, and have some tax write-offs. Why not now? It's just the fear, the scarcity, the ego, the overwhelm, the what if it all fails, and what if it all wins? What if it all succeeds? Instead of making up all the stuff that can go wrong and all the fears and what if we make it up good? What if we make it up fun? Because it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened. So why are you making up crap when it hasn't even happened yet? It could go any which way. The world could end tomorrow. So, I mean, you might as well be doing what you love. The world could end tomorrow. We could get hit by a bus tomorrow, touch wood. But if you're going to make up the future, why don't you make it up good? That hasn't happened yet. Why are you catastrophizing everything? Oh, I'll lose all my money. I'll do this and that. I would rather, I'm not going to tempt fate here. I would rather lose all my money and have tried and failed and have known, okay, well, that wasn't for me. Having a naked skydiving business. Okay. People weren't interested in that. I would rather try that though, than going all my life with regret and doing the rocking chair test about you're in your rocking chair when you're like 80, 90, 100, you have your tea and you're like, oh my God. Oh, I wish I'd done this, or I wish I did that, or oh my God, and just feeling like you had a life unlived, or guilt and regrets on your deathbed. What is the cost of that? I don't think there's anything more costly than that. Why? I wish I had have done this. Wish I had have done that. Wish I had have said this or written a book or whatever. So, anyways,
James, I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate you being here and sharing so openly today. Okay, it was great having you on.
Likewise, bro. Thanks for letting me do what I love, brother. Love this. I love serving, support, and take action. Failure will happen. If that's how success starts. Failure will happen. Avoid being afraid of failure. Embrace it. Failure will happen. Trust me, failure a million times. But even if only, 1 out of 10 things, 2 out of 10 things, if only 1 out of 10%, 15%, 20% of stuff works, guess where you'll be at the end of a year and then of 10 years? If only 10% or 15% or 20% of stuff works, the rest fails, you'll still be a multi-millionaire having a lot of fun.
That's it for this episode of Career Coaching Secrets. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this episode to catch future episodes. This podcast was brought to you by Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, or even $100,000 weeks, all without burning out and making sure that you're making the impact and having the life that you want. To learn more about our community and how we can help you, visit joinpurplecircle.com.